can read for you.
Oh,
Hey!
woo. Hi, everybody. Sorry, we were just a little bit late. It is Friday the 13th, and we had a teeny tiny little glitch that set us behind schedule a bit here. But here we are.
We're ready.
Hi, we have Sun Psychic Jean with us,
Hi,
and
everybody.
Pure Visionary Psychic Medium, Terri
Welcome,
Lee.
everyone. Welcome. Glad to see you all.
Yeah. How are you doing, ladies?
I am glad it's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm lighting my incense here, so we have a lot of positive energy around the show. And look at everybody coming in already. Oh my gosh, so nice to see you all.
Oh, there. Yeah, I got a little candle lit too. I mean,
I always
by
like
battery, but well, so it is Friday. So it is the Psychic Triad, and we are all here waiting to answer your questions. Today, there's one type of question we would prefer you not ask, which is future ones that are really time oriented, like
When?
the next month or the next 6 months. We would prefer not to answer those today. Um, but we're taking all the other regular questions, like, from your angels, your spirit guides, your beings of light. Uh, Also, your passed on loved ones, your pets, pets both on the other side and this side. And we'd like to answer your questions. I love it. I don't know if the other ladies completely love it, but I love it when you throw us a real doozy, a really interesting one. Okay.
Let's get way out there. I love
I
Yeah,
it.
I
know.
love that. Absolutely love that. Um, So, Terri Lee, you said you had something to tell us about
Well,
Friday the 13th.
I do, and thank you very much, Terry. Um, I've always considered Friday the 13th my lucky day. And so far, so good. It's when you declare something is something, it is. So today's my lucky day. But I found this and I wanted to read it to you all. It's about Friday the 13th being something that maybe none of you have heard about. Friday the 13th, day of the divine feminine. Yeah. Before patriarchal times, Friday the 13th was considered the day of the goddess. Do you think that's why they tried to tell us all it was unlucky and put it
Yep.
under the carpet?
Yep.
It was considered a day to worship the divine feminine that lives in us all and to honor the cycles of creation and death and rebirth. Friday the 13th was considered a very powerful day to manifest. And yes, it is. Honor creativity and celebrate beauty, manifest wisdom and nourishment of the soul. The number 13 also holds an extremely potent feminine energy and is considered to be the number of death and rebirth, creation, fertility, and blood. This is because we have 13 moon cycles every year, and the average female also experiences 13 periods per year. So, ladies, that
Wow.
is the origin of Friday the 13th. And
Wow. I
Wow.
did not know that it was the divine feminine and the celebration of that. Well,
Mhm.
that's very telling for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes, it
And
is.
and I was born on the 13th. So my birthday every year is on the 13th, not always on Friday the 13th, but so I've always considered it very lucky as well.
Good.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. Well, let's greet a
Pleasure.
few of the our people in the chat. I see Natalie. Hey, Natalie. Yep, it's our day. Viviani. Thank you for showing up, Viviani. Starfish, HHI. Jenny, how you doing? Teresa Halderan. Patty, 73. And Sonia Pinola. Hi, nice to see you. Carolyn Adams is here.
Yes.
I'm sure even more people will come by, and I'll talk about. We have quite a few people watching, so that's cool. Um, so I need to start a few questions here.
Mhm.
So
Well, I
let's.
just wanted to tell everybody while you're doing that I'm
Sure.
going to be at the it's called Brand Art Yoga, and it's BAY. It's the Bay store in Frederick, Maryland, and I'm going to be the guest psychic or the featured psychic at her store. They do readings at the back of the store, and they have different psychics over the weekends, and I'm going to be there tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be sending out, well, I sent out some notifications on Facebook, and you may have noticed it on my community page as well. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, and Valerie Kay. And that is at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then after that, I will have Valerie from Illumination Portal on my channel. And we are going to be talking just astrology and Pluto moving direct and heading towards the um, uh, age of Aquarius. And I'm really, really looking forward to that. So yeah, we'll be around. It's going to be a busy, busy weekend. How about you ladies? Terri Suzuki?
Well, I will be on a Thursday, the 19th, to do a solo read. That'll be at 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific. And so far, they've been very high vibration, good, really good shows. So I'm enjoying doing that. And we'll get a little bit of chat, little conversation going, and then some private readings. So I'm looking forward to
It,
that. And we're keeping Valerie busy. I just booked this with her. I'm starting up my new Soul Sessions series again. And Valerie is going to be my first guest for the second half of Soul Sessions. And that's going to be on November 3rd. And same time frame, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, and 2 Pacific.
well,
So
that sounds exciting.
we're
And
going to talk
everybody,
about
please.
astrology and the soul.
Wow. I just love Valerie.
She's
She's
a sweetheart.
she's the only astrologist I ever have understood.
She's very good at that.
Yeah.
And
I'm
look who's here. I just said it. Brand Art Yoga is here. This I just announced everybody.
wow,
I wonder if
yay,
I think she may
yay.
have heard. I didn't even look at that till now. I think she was here when I was announcing what I'm doing this weekend. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. I'll be there with bells on, that's for sure.
I I wish I was on the other coast and could go see
Yeah.
you there, but I got to stay over here on the West Coast. So
You can astral travel. That's no excuse.
well, that's a little true there. Um, okay. Well, ladies,
Well, Cindy said she's so sweet. She says, I don't even have a question. I just love you guys.
Oh, Cindy. So
oh, thank
sweet.
you. But I
Yeah.
do want to let everybody know I only have 4 questions. So, Cindy, if you're dying to know something, shoot a question in because
Mhm.
there's room right now. So that's good.
We're going
Okay.
to be doing messages from your loved ones who have transitioned. And we're also going to be doing messages from your pets who have transitioned, messages from your spirit guides, and angel messages as well. Also, if you're not sure if there isn't anybody in particular on the other side, you can just ask for a spiritual reading or just about your energy right now. We can kind of tune in psychically and sort of give you a read of what your energy is like right now or what's most important for you to know about what your energy right now. So, yeah.
Okay. That's thank you so much. So if you're ready, we have a question
All right.
from Anne
Hi,
Swantek.
Anne.
and she would like a reading, a message from her dad, Michael. And whoever gets something can go first. I'm going to go last,
Okay.
unless somebody wants me to go sooner.
No problem. It takes another just a minute to tune in, especially with the mediumship, and the very first one takes a little bit. Also, and just so you know, my dad's name is Michael, and he like popped in as soon as I read that. So it's dads are very powerful beings, and they are such a force in our life, and such uh, an example of, it's like a knowledge handed down. It's really spiritually and ancestrally very, very important, our connection with our own fathers. And, I feel as though fathers may have a little bit more of a challenge because they didn't get to carry us in a womb for 9 months. And that's when, you know, uh, a lot of the bonding happens. Um, so, yeah, I just want to say that I honor all fathers out there for their roles in all of our lives, especially their daughters' lives. There's something very, very special there.
Okay.
And I feel your dad thanking you for taking care of him. I see that you may have had to drive him places, and um, there was a little bit of a push and pull of he wanted his independence, and he was, declining near the end of his life, is what he's showing me. But you were able to balance both and allow him the dignity of making his own decisions, and also simultaneously keeping him safe. And he just wants to thank you for that. He wants to thank you for the respect that you showed him and the love that you showed him. And it's almost like the forgiveness, like all dad, or whatever he may do as a habit, or I don't know if he left his newspapers piled up, or if he, something, around the house that he did repetitively, that you would walk in and find this same situation. Um, but it's just something that he did. And he said, thank you for giving me the grace, and not sort of micromanaging him, giving him the dignity to be and to do um, what comes naturally. He wants you to know he does feel like a strong force. He was a strong force in the family, and a head of the family, and very much responsible adult. And for him to have this decline was out of his wheelhouse, so to speak. He just wasn't. He. Um, it was hard for him to adapt and to accept his own decline, and not being at the helm. But I think he still had his wits about him. I think it was his health. It wasn't his mind, because I feel as though he was still able to communicate towards the end. And it was just that he was going through these battles with his health. Um, yeah, it was hard for him because he wanted to take care of everybody else. He was very much a strong um, leader of the family.
And I immediately, interesting, took him a while to step forward, but when he did, he came He came right in, and that's the first thing I felt from him was that he was strong. So I can definitely agree with you on that, Jean. He's very strong. Also, uh, I feel like he was struggling with his emotions. As Jean said, he felt, and I don't want to say like he was proud in a bad way, but he, he was capable in his life and very. Give me a second. He's. I was always used to taking care of everyone else. That's what he's telling me, and he's saying that it was difficult for him to have to receive help. But he's also and the other thing, I just gotta say this, when he came in, he was surrounded with gold light. It's just beautiful. Um, and so he is grateful now that he's on the other side, that he's happy and he's well and he's joyful and he's strong again. But he is also grateful for feeling the love and tenderness that was given to him by you and the family, that once he got over that barrier, he realized how important it was that he had that at these last days of his life, that he understood how deeply you felt about him and how willing you were to do what needed to be done. And he said you were very kind and joyful about it. And I don't know if the family was surrounding him when he passed. He's just giving me that whole idea that he was the strong leader of the family, and then he ended up being the one who was surrounded by love and tenderness and care, and that he was joyful for that lesson and grateful for that lesson. And he wants you to know that everything everyone did for him here's- was duly noted. That's how he said it, was duly noted.
Duly noted.
And he's surrounded, I mean, he really is surrounded by this beautiful gold light. I think he's giving me that to let you know how vibrant and alive and powerful he feels right now. And he wants to say he's watching over you all. Oh,
Well, when Michael came in for me, he came in at what looks to me like late 30s, early 40s ish,
yeah.
and shirtless too.
Oh,
And
well.
and he's got a very broad chest. He's like a big man.
Guy.
He's one of those guys. He's not. I bet he probably sometimes thought he was overweight, but he really wasn't. You know, he's just a big guy. He's one of those guys that you would love to hug. You know, like hugging him is a big handful. Like you're getting his whole heart.
Okay.
And the other thing he brings in right away that he hasn't quite spoken about too much yet is camping. I see him by a campfire. And okay, Michael, can you tell me more about this campfire? So I see him by the campfire. I see you at the campfire and others. And he's telling a story by the campfire, but what he's really doing is teaching. And he's saying, I wish I had way more time to teach you, way more time to be at the campfire with you, teaching, helping you, guiding your life. Um, you were so special to me, so special, so deep in my heart. And well, that I regret not having that physical time with you to be at the campfire, I now know that we can meet this way, that we can share our love and spirit this way. We're at the spiritual campfire. Cool. Okay. Michael, what else would you like to tell her? You're on the right path, my dear. Don't doubt. Don't delay. Keep going. I'm so, so loving your progress. Keep going. Okay. That's what I got.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All the best to you, Anne. And you know, our loved ones do still guide us from the other side. He was and always will be your father, and he always will be guiding you as your father. So,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
Aw. And she says he, oh, sorry, I unclicked it. He was 39. Yeah. Wow. Um, I just want I just want people to note that the chat is acting a little weird. If you remember, we told you we had a tiny little bit of glitches going on, and I've noticed that some people have said, "Did you get my question?" And as I'm going back, even though we really have just gotten started, I can't find your question. So I don't know if exactly what's happening, but um,
Well, I think that if you only use caps, then StreamYard or YouTube thinks it's spam or something. So you have to use caps and, and emojis.
oh,
Just
okay.
sometimes. Just sometimes it does it. It
How
doesn't
many
do it all the
Sean?
time.
Yeah,
Terri,
right now
Pardon?
we have
is Sean 13?
13. We have 13, but I don't know. So we probably have enough questions now. And I'm going to really quick run ahead of who we have so that you can be present because it helps us a lot if you're present. So just put out a, yeah, I'm here. So Patty 73, I have your question. Sonia Pinola, Carolyn Adams, Viviani, Natalie. Um, I have all of your questions right now. You guys are just in the next bunch. There are more, but let's start with that. So, okay, let's go to Patty. Okay, will you please let the puppy Ollie, I've been babysitting for 2 months, know that he will be okay during his plane trip next week to New Zealand to join
Oh,
his family?
wow.
Wow, I love this. This is definitely a different question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, ladies, if you can tune into Ollie and let him know what's
Oh,
going to happen.
so sweet, little Ollie, a little puppy, will be flying to New Zealand. How lucky is he?
Mhm.
It's a beautiful place.
Are they going to give him a little bit of like what's that stuff called that you take at nighttime?
A slight
Mm.
sedative, or
Melatonin?
I call them
Mhm.
doggy downers.
Okay. So
Mm,
they do have something like that,
Yes, they do.
like melatonin or something. I think is what I was
mm.
thinking of. Not that particularly, but something that would help him to rest and relax, so he's not so anxious or yeah. I think he's going to really love the hum of the plane, and I think that he's going to be in with the main cabin area with his with people, right? Or yeah. Um,
Okay.
I think he's saying that it'll be worth the trip. He's saying that I sleep all day anyway. He said it won't be any different. Okay, the pet service will be handling the flight. Good. And he's saying it's not going to be any different than any other day that I sleep through the entire day. And he says, I'll know once I reach my destination and feel the love and the heart of my my new mom and dad or my new family. And he says that it'll be worth it. He said he may not know what's happening in the beginning because he hasn't ever been to an airport or on an airplane before, but he'll know in his heart, and you can talk to him telepathically. And I'm sure that the pet service will also do the same. And he'll be in cargo. Okay, he'll and they will also be able to let him know that everything's going to be all right and that his family will be there to greet him. I think, they don't hold on to these things. As soon as he sees his family and jumps into the arms of his family and the kids or whoever it is, he's going to be just so overjoyed he's going to forget all about the trip.
Is
What do
Ollie
you-
a curly little guy? Can you tell us what kind of a breed he is? That'd be helpful. But what I'm feeling is that it's part of his journey. It's part of his time. His soul, his little puppy soul, has come to experience this and to be with these souls. And I'm just hearing and feeling that he's there to uplift them and bring them love and joy. I believe that you can, and I totally agree with that, tune into him when you know he's on the flight. Tune into him and just calmly inside yourself tell him everything's okay. He'll see that as a calming effect and a blessing, and he'll receive that.
Hmm.
Oh,
He is a
Terry.
short hair Chihuahua Terrier mix.
Okay. Oh, how sweet. Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
Cuddly.
Are you done, Terry?
I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, um, what I got was that he's very excited for this, but he also says something funny. He says, "Well, the little puppy body, because just like us, they're two things. We're a body, we're a spirit soul.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the little puppy body's a little bit dumb sometimes, but he says, I know what's going on, and I'm very happy about it. And he says, I am going to New Zealand to meet my soul family. So,
Mm.
so in other words, this is not just a pet. He is meant as a spiritual companion for someone over there, and he looks forward to it. He's like, I am so excited. This is where I'm really going to shine. That's what I got. Very short, but yeah. Okay. Well, thank you, Patty, for that.
And good luck to Ollie. He's going to be a
Yeah.
world traveler right out of the gate.
Don't worry about all.
Yeah.
He's going to
How
be fine.
exciting is that? Okay. Um, we have Sonia Pinola's question. Okay, and I know you're here because I saw you talking to other people. But I'm going to go real quick. Patty says thank you. Thank you
Oh.
so much. They dearly love him.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
that's amazing. I love it when when the pets are going to the right home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Meant to be.
So here's Sonia. Can we look if Stanislaus is the new love coming into my life? He just messaged me, and I haven't seen. I'm assuming she said haven't seen him in a while. We used to be roommates, but that was it. Please and thank you.
I'm getting my pendulum out, and before I even started asking the question, I heard somebody say, "Why not?" Like,
I'm going to read some cards, as I always do for when you're reading about someone who's not present or hasn't asked the question. The cards always are able to tune in.
So I don't know. I think that it's going around in a circle. I feel as though it's up to you. I feel as though it's undetermined at this point, and I think it just depends on your feelings. I'm not sure if you go back to the roommate feelings or you kind of remember that, or if it grows. So it's up to you, and
Oh,
it's really important if you want this to happen and you want to invite love in, to make sure that you love yourself and you put down your guard and you give him second and third chances, and you um, meet him where he is. And he may not be able to call you every minute or talk to you for a long period of time or give you as much attention as you want right up front. Like there's something that he's occupied, he has other things going on, but it's almost like you'll need to make some concessions, and it's not, you won't be you won't be compromising your boundaries, but you'll be compromising your demands, if that makes sense. Like you may have high expectations, but he may only be able to meet some of them, or he may only be able to meet them to a certain point. So it's up to you to have concessions and give him the grace and give him the time to develop up to that expectation that you may have. Um, it's almost like meet him where he is. I think he needs some help in the sense that for love and for caring and for somebody to see him for who he is. And I think he's on a healing journey as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. What did you get, Terry Lee?
well, excuse me. I've got 4 cards here. I'm using the Beauty Tarot deck, and I've got some swords and some cups. So let's get started. Uh, the 6 of Swords. Let's see if you can see that. Okay. That card indicates a lot of things that could affect this relationship. It could, I'm feeling from the guides that it's releasing baggage and overcoming hardship. So there's some issues there. I believe that these are cards are showing me that you two have some things to work out in your own soul as this relationship develops. Now, the next card, Queen of Cups, another beautiful card. There we go. And this is romance. So, little something's going to go on. And I think that it behooves you to use your intuition in this situation as well, because the Queen of Cups is very intuitive as well as indicating romance. Okay, now here we go. We got a sword. We got the Page of Swords. Show you that. Interesting card. And this, I think that this is showing you might have some difficulty communicating. Page of Swords is communication, and it can mean someone who's argumentative. But I'm feeling, as I consult the guides on this, I'm feeling like it's just a difficulty. It's not so much that you're arguing, but you're maybe not connecting. So there is a little romance involved, but as it goes on, you're just not connecting the way you feel like it should. And then we got the 5 of Cups. So as you can tell by the picture, not a great card. But in this reading, it indicates breakup. That's exactly what I felt. And I kind of felt that when I first tuned in, before I even threw the cards, that what this is going to mean for you and him both is that you will both be learning. I feel like this is a learning experience for both of you. And I don't think it's going to be a relationship that continues, but There is some romance there, and life is always full of lessons. So, follow your intuition. Listen to your heart. Don't try to be a pleaser. Experience this in your life, and I'm sure that you'll navigate your way through it and come out with good things on the other side.
Yeah. Well, um, I got something a little bit different. I agree with Jean that this is a relationship, but I didn't get that it is the relationship. That this is something that you could use to pass the time, but I just don't think it's the man you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That the one that's going to come in as a long-term love. And so then I consulted my pendulum just to see, well, you know, have another source to get this information from, and it again hesitated and then said no. So I would think that this might be somebody you can learn with, but it's not necessarily the, but remember, it's romance and stuff like that is always in our discretion. Even like when I learned to read the Akashic records, they don't care about who we're with at all. They won't answer any questions like, should I marry him? They don't care. That's up to us. So you take that, what you will of what we've read for you. So thank you, Sonia, for asking the question. Let's see. I'm gonna just okay. Hang on. I'm managing a little bit of questions here. So who I have in the hopper now is Caroline Adams, Viviani, Natalie, Teresa Haldren, and Joyful Journey. So it would be nice. There's more. We probably won't get to all of them because there's so many. But we have K Shade, Cindy and Ensenada, Starfish, Crystal, Sharon O'Brien. We'll see to how many we can get. Here is Carolyn Adams' question. So her question is, did I find my great-great-great-grandmother Annie Gray in the old cemetery in Broughton,
Wow.
Quebec?
Wow.
Okay, the stones are not legible, but she felt energy. Interesting.
And great. Okay.
I'm kind of a genealogy lover, so that's interesting that you could feel the energy.
Mm-hmm. It's very
Wisdom
exciting.
Seeker Joan is here. She says
Oh,
she's lurking and cleaning her attic. Oh my gosh, Joan. Before it gets
Wow.
too cold, I'm sure.
Yeah. Wow. And I noticed David H. Have not seen you in the chat before.
okay.
Spirit Watcher Suzanne, thanks for just stopping in for a moment. Excuse me. Okay, let's go back to Caroline's question.
I think you may have been close. My pendulum has never gone in a circle so many times as it is tonight. And you may have been close. And I saw an actual very small marker. I saw a very small marker, very small. So I think you may have been close. I don't know that the one you were looking specifically was the one, but I feel it was in the vicinity. I feel it was, you may have had the right graveyard, but not the right grave. But that is a feat in itself. But they're showing me a very small marker, and it's almost like it was almost like there was like a family, and then she was an addition to the family. Um, So you may have found the family plot, and she may have had I'm just seeing a very small marker, and I'm seeing that almost like I could see you from behind looking down. So I'm not sure if it was right behind you or right to the left of you, or yeah.
Go ahead, Terry. I
Well,
got something,
yeah,
but I want to get it validated by the
okay,
cards.
good. Because maybe so I'm pretty much going to give a non-message because my pendulum also just went in circles. It didn't do anything but circles. And then as I tried to tap in to see, is she actually in contact with Anne Gray? Is she getting that? I'm not getting anything. It's really, I'm not really
Yeah.
getting a message. So I'm gonna kind of pass.
I saw a woman shaking her head no. So that's why
Mm,
going to the cards. These have yes, no on them. I'm just going to draw one. I'm just going to pull one and see if it's a yes or no card. No.
oh,
It's the Hermit. And as you can see on that card, it says no.
oh,
So that validates what I saw. Sorry.
mm,
Sorry about that. But, keep researching, keep searching. And if I were you, I would maybe meditate and reach out to your great, 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 great grandmother and ask her to
Hmm.
guide you to the proper location or
Hmm.
even
And
just
astral
pop in.
travel. But I
Yeah.
saw a very small grave marker,
mm.
very
And
small.
I mean, I feel like you're on the right track, but maybe just not
Yeah.
this one somehow. But
And
thank you, Caroline, for asking.
yes, we're sorry that's
Yeah,
maybe not the answer you were looking for, but interesting. We all got the same answer. So,
yeah, that's kind of unusual. Okay, Viviani, she would like to know more about the message my guide sent me on Sunday at 3:30.
Oh,
Please
can you tell
enjoy.
us a little bit more about the message?
Yeah, that might be helpful, especially if
Then we'll come back.
3:30 was in the morning or not.
Uh, just let us know the message about my bike, the message about my jog, the message, something what the message was about. Um, it would just help us to pinpoint, and then maybe we can come back.
Okay. Okay, we'll let Viviani give us a chance to put in kind of a little bit about what is that, and I'm going to go forward to Natalie. So this is an interesting one. Is now a good time to launch my business?
I'm sorry. I'm just chuckling at her profile picture. It's adorable. Can you see that, Terry?
I can't. Oh, I am now seeing it. Oh, that is funny.
Okay. All right, Natalie. We're going to
Okay.
read this for you.
Okay, Natalie, now a good time to launch my business.
Hmm. Get those cards again.
It's almost like um, is now a good time to have a baby, or is now a good time to buy a house? It's important that we move forward with our life and follow our strongest desires, and um, get things rolling, get things started. It's always a good thing to put things in motion and to get things working. And it's almost like a soft opening is what I feel. Like you're going to have a lot of I's to dot, T's to cross, and you know um, uh, a lot of different hoops to jump through. So why not get started? Because it'll take you a little while for it to get up and running, right? So you might as well get started so that you gain the momentum. Now, with that said, I do know that there's an eclipse season coming up. So I'm not sure if you mean now like today or now like November 1st. But you can check with your astrologer, check with your astrological chart, and also with your gut, but I feel, it's better sooner than later. It's not something that you want to put off. And if you feel ready, and it does take time. It does take time. Things are not going to just happen as soon as you say I'm open for business. So get it up and ready so that when the momentum comes, you'll be ready. Does that make sense? So I would say yes. The sooner the better.
That's
Do you
good.
want me to go ahead, Terry?
I've got my cards. So
Okay, go.
go ahead. We start out with the Ace of Swords. When I tuned into it, psychically, I felt there was a lot going on. There's like a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Ace of Swords is a good card, though, to start out with. I believe that this is new ideas. Maybe your business is new and a fresh idea from what you've done in the past. So it's going to be an effort. And next card I got was another swords, Six of Swords. Now, the classic one for that is moving on to calmer waters. But I think I'm being led to the releasing baggage meaning of this. And what I'm feeling is tuning in to what the guides are saying is that there's some things that you need to examine about the way you go about things. They're saying that you need to manifest. They're saying that you need to really, instead of being busy, 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 go inside and manifest and feel what this is, what you want this business to feel like. Okay. The next one is the Four of Cups. Now, that is often a missed opportunity. I'm feeling like by going inside and doing this manifestation and really being calm about how you're going about this will keep you from making a missed opportunity. I think what the message here is there's opportunities that you don't want to miss. So you need to just slow down and be very cautious about how you go into things. And then, dun, 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 then you'll get the Three of Wands, which is success. Yes. And that's the message I feel like the guides are telling me through these cards is that in the end, you're going to have success. But this is the advice they're giving you to don't miss any opportunities, keep your eyes wide open, and also be calm. Go inside, go to the calmer waters, release baggage, and approach it, I'm hearing, in a more spiritual way than in a do, check it off my list way. That's what I'm feeling.
Well, that what I got was the angels kind of showed up on my stage with a checklist, and they're like, what they're really trying to do is remind you to just, if everything's ready, go, But like they're kind of like business license, check. Business plan, check. Business email accounts, check. Business, they're saying if you have your basic building blocks in place, go ahead. Go with confidence, knowing that it does, just as Jean said, it takes time. It takes time to build a business. It has to grow. So it's all right to go ahead if you're feeling good about it, because that's the other part. I also saw that, kind of like I saw you and like your heart light, kind of like if this lights you up and if you're confident about it, go ahead. So that's what I got. Okay. Oh, I like that. Natalie says, oh, wait, no, whoops, sorry. Things were moving so fast that when I clicked on what Natalie said, I already got a gazillion more things. Where is Natalie? Well, she said thank you, but she also said, oh, it's a go. So somehow I can't find that now. But aw, there you go, Natalie. Keep us updated. We always I love to hear about new businesses all the time. Okay, so
I see it. Can I pop it up real quick?
yes, please.
She says, "It's a just do it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. That's lovely. Okay. Um, I am going to jump down to David H. because our good friend Starfish gave up her question to allow him to have his question read.
Oh my gosh, how
Very
sweet
kind.
is Starfish? Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, that was so sweet.
yeah. And this, well, Starfish is so sweet. She is.
Mhm.
So this is a really good question. Um, he would like to know if his beautiful friend and love, Tara, so um, so it's a friend, but somebody he loved, a friend he loved very dearly, who passed away a few months ago, knows I love her with all my heart and how much I miss her. Is her spirit with me? Will we be reunited someday? Oh,
So sorry for your loss, David H. And what we know is that when we cross over, we can feel your we when we're on the other side, we can feel all of our friends, our loved ones, our family, all of their emotions, all of their connections is very clear to her. And I just see her almost beaming with all of the love that is being offered to her and the prayers that is being offered to her, and how much she is sorely missed. And I see her just being with the angels and being lifted by all of your love and well wishes for her. Um, she does know how much you love her. She does feel the heart connection. And she says that you two are connected as far as the same soul family and being reunited or incarnated lifetime after lifetime. Um, it is love is a very, very strong, powerful emotion. And for you to have that unconditional devotion and emotion for her, there is this transcends just only this lifetime to many other lifetimes. So to answer your question, she will greet you on the other side when your date comes. You will see her again for sure.
Beautiful. Okay. I can definitely agree with everything that Jane said. You definitely had several lifetimes together. Um, you sort of had that feeling like you could finish each other's sentences, like you really knew how to communicate with each other. She came in with just the, the deepest pink, which is how they let me know that there's tender love involved in this relationship in this lifetime and in past lifetimes. I'm going to ask you some questions, David, because I asked Tara to give us some validation. And so I'm going to say some things that I'm seeing and feeling. And would you answer in the chat and help us make sure that we're giving you the validations you need? Because she's saying, I want him to know. I want him to know I'm here. I want him to know I'm right here. Uh, I'm seeing someone with long hair. Did she have long hair? Um, I want to make sure that I have the right thing. Uh, slender person, um, not like skinny. Um, okay, this is where she's showing me her hands. She has really pretty hands. She, um,
oh yes, she had long blonde hair.
okay, great, thank you. She's talking about music and dancing and the arts and just the beauty of life. She wants you to know that together you really appreciated these things, that you really shared joy with each other over these things. That and now I'm seeing like maybe some travel, like you took trips together or had little adventures together. Um, and yeah, beaming. She's just beaming. A very sweet soul, a very tender soul, and yet one she was someone who would say, you'd say, let's do this, and she'd be like, yeah, let's go. Um, she wants you to know that she's on the greatest adventure of all. She's on the greatest adventure of all. And it's amazing and it's wonderful. And she will be with you again. And she is with you now. And she invites you to draw her in to what you're experiencing now and talk to her and feel like she's right there by your side, because she is. Okay.
Yes. Ooh, Terry Lee, thanks.
Oh, she's
So I see her on the stage as well. Also very, the long blonde hair, tall, but what is different about her on my stage is she's holding this big bouquet of flowers, like right against her chest, kind of. And she's you know how sometimes girls like switch their weight on from leg to leg. She's just vibrating. She's just vibrating. And my heart feels so huge. I mean, I feel like I just got a lot of pressure on my heart because it's the love. She's beaming the love towards you. Ooh, it is a lot of love, a lot of love.
it sure is.
Um, and she's just also that it kind of lit up my throat. So I think you guys had good communication. And these flowers, there's every kind of flower here, but mostly like simple flowers, like daisies and yellow daisies, like Gerberta kind of, and the Shasta daisies that are white, and just a mishmash of flowers. Every flower is there, but it's a huge bouquet. It's huge. So I did see that somebody put, you bring flowers to her grave. She recognizes that. She's showing you, by having these flowers, she's showing you how much she appreciates that. I don't I don't get the feeling that she cares which flower. Remember her. And she wants you to know that despite that she's over here, she's really just like right here, close. She
Oh,
can hear
sweet.
you. You can talk to her.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, how lovely to have such a big
Mhm.
love in your life. So I hope that answered your question, David. I hope that you had a good time hanging out for a moment with her. She's just lovely.
Mhm.
And Starfish, oh my, what a sweetie to let him get to experience his love, Tara.
Very kind of you.
Yeah, thank you. That's just amazing. Okay. Woo, wow, the chest. I feel
Yeah.
a little overcome. That was a lot of love.
Mhm.
Whew. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's go to Teresa Haldren. By the way, ladies, it's almost an hour, just like a minute away from the hour, and we don't, we can't answer all the questions. Um, but how much time can you give me past this?
Well, I'll go with whatever you can do is fine with me, Terry.
Okay, how about 15 more minutes?
Sounds good.
All
Okay,
right. Let's do
great.
it.
Okay, so I'm sorry, everybody. I won't get to everybody's question, but we'll start with Teresa's, and then I'll talk about who's on the list. So Teresa, how Hadrian wants to know, what is my energy like right now?
I feel like you're holding your breath a little bit, Teresa. I feel like you're feeling the change. I feel like you might be feeling the eclipse season coming up, and you're almost like trying to float through or sail through a little bit of a bumpy ride through these eclipse seasons. And but it's important to let things that no longer serve you, let them go so that you can exhale, because you are much more productive and powerful when you are in the love and gratitude and compassion energies, and not sort of maybe like the fearful energies or the apprehensive energies, or the uh, it's almost like you have a little bit of doubt, almost whether you should take a step forward or take a step out. And they said, throw caution to the wind and to step outside of your comfort zone so that you can build that character of empowerment and confidence that you will be fine no matter what goes on. If you take a step off and it wasn't the right step, then you know that spirit will turn you to the correct step. Like, there's no wrong step. So they want you to keep moving forward. They don't want you to get stuck in that holding pattern, because they cannot guide us when we're in that holding pattern. It's important to keep moving forward, and they want to remind you about how far you've come, where you've come from, and how much you've been through up until now. And you've made it this far because you are strong and compassionate, and they're telling me you have a lot of optimism, but you are hesitant to apply it. And they're just like saying, let your guard down and move forward. Everything's going to be okay.
Interesting. That's beautiful. I saw falling leaves blowing in the wind, and I felt like your soul is sensing that you're growing, and it's time to expand, and it's time to flower, and it's time to uh, reap the rewards that are coming your way. Excuse me. But however, I was given the word that you have a hidden anxiety that you feel sometimes, and you can't quite put your finger on it. And they're saying, just recognize that as something that does not matter in your life anymore. It doesn't matter in your life anymore. And you don't have to figure it out. You just ignore it, sweep it away, let it fall like those leaves in the wind right now. And you have, I'm seeing green, which is what the guides give me to show spiritual growth. So you have spiritual growth happening right now in your life. And these little things, this little anxiety, this uncomfortable thing, I'm feeling like it's almost like you feel like you've got your shoes on the wrong feet. But you can tell it, you're nothing. You're nothing. I'm letting you go. There's no reason for me to know what the cause is. I just release it. I just release it and let it go like the leaves in the wind. And they're showing me that pink, that beautiful pink love for you. So, yeah, carry on. You're going to be fine.
Wow. That feels like my reading kind of builds on that a little bit. But so on my stage, it's kind of like a really starry night sky. It's really pretty. But I see this overlay in kind of pale white of like a clock ticking and moving. But it's really more like an astrological clock, kind of. And it's ticking and it's moving. And I asked them kind of why are you showing me that, since we all actually know there's no time, but they're saying it is time for clarity of thought. They are sending you clarity of thought. And so the reason they're showing me this kind of clock is about precision. It's about precision, that they are gifting you a little bit more clarity of thought, a little bit more precision, but you have to step ahead. You have to trust and make a step. It can be a baby step. It can be a baby step towards your goal or what you want. Um, just remember, no matter what's happening in your life, this is your life. You need to direct your life. You you are on the path. Or what they often tell me, you bought the ticket to the ride, ride the ride. You know,
Love that.
this is so just move ahead. You can't really make a bad choice. Just take a small baby step towards it and enjoy clarity of thought. That would be so lovely. Thank you for your question. Um, I have noticed, by the way, that Viviani has said you can skip my question. Well, Viviani, you're on with us all the time because you're like one of our moderators. So when you have more clarity, ask again because we would be absolutely happy to answer your question. I am going to skip over to Crystal's question. Crystal, I haven't seen Crystal here before. And she said, my husband Keith died September 16th. So not very long ago at all. Is there anything he wants to tell me, our children or our grandchildren? So, Crystal, sometimes when people have died when we're very close to it, sometimes it's a little hard to read, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we can.
I hear him saying that he didn't leave you behind. He hasn't left you at all. He says he's still with you. He's still your partner through and through till the end of your days. It's till death do us part for both of us. And he's saying that he still is and always will be your husband, and that'll never change. He's saying he is and always will be their father and grandfather, and that will never change. The relationship and the dynamics of the physicality of your relationship has altered, but the love and the connection is forevermore. That will never die. And he wants you to know that he is supporting you and loving you and letting you know that he understands the difficulty of the separation of the physicality, and he is going to be um, uh, sort of like soothing your soul and easing your path and bringing in blessings and little sweet synchronicities to warm your heart and put a smile on your face. He's saying that when you have breakfast in the morning, if it's quiet without me, he says, call me in, set a place for me, put a coffee mug there for me. He says, I will be there to join you. He says, all you need to do is think of me and I will be there. And to watch for the signs and synchronicities. And he says, do not doubt. He says, I will try my best, whether it's a butterfly or a bird or a squeak of my chair you used to hear me in all the time, and you hear it. You're like, did I just hear that? He says, have no doubt. This is just me reassuring you. He says, I'll always be with you. He loved his coffee, she said.
Aw. Well, Crystal, when I first saw your question, I had to grab my heart, and because I immediately felt heartbreak, and I believe that I'm tuning into your heartbreak at this moment. So I asked him to step forward because it's important. It's so important. And he came in. Does he have he just has a really nice voice. He just when he just came in, said, I'm here, but I just noticed that his voice was very calm and it had really nice resonance to it. He's showing me that he was a very active husband and father, that his family, he's saying, my family was number one. My family was number one. And he's saying he knows it was hard for him to have to leave now. But he says, I can do so much over here, so much more. I feel like he's telling me his life was full, that, oh, okay, I'm getting the pink and the hugs and the love and the joy and the playfulness that he experienced with his family, with his beautiful family. He's just saying, my beautiful family. I'm here. I'm okay. I'm happy. I'm well. I'm overjoyed that you're reaching out, that we can communicate. We can feel each other. You can feel me. He's saying you can feel me. Oh, and excuse me. He wants you to know that he is present and he is more active in your lives now than he ever was. And he is sending beautiful love and gratitude for his life and for all of you. So,
Yeah. Wow. Another big, big love, like exploding my chest. And, I don't know if this is exactly how he looked or not, but he's showing me him. It's almost like one of those portraits, like those, I want to say Ola Nils portraits. And it's like you and him. He's just right beside you. And he's showing me he had a lot of white hair, a lot of white hair. And he's just really showing me the love, how much he loved his life with you, that love never goes away. And he did two things at once near the beginning. He kind of changed from how he looked to making me think, I mean, it still was him, but to making me think of Santa Claus. I don't know why. He kind of made me feel like Santa Claus, like he was Santa Claus, or that he was I don't know why he's showing me Santa Claus. Sorry, I'm just going to keep moving on. But he said to me, I like what you said in the last one about the clarity of thought. So I'm borrowing that and I'm sending it to her. He said, because I know that things are hard right now that he's gone. You're having to figure out a lot of legal things. You're having to figure out things. And he says, I know that it's hard and it was unexpected. And it's almost more than you can bear.
oh,
And I'm going to borrow that clarity of thought that we saw in the last one. I'm borrowing that and sending it to you because there's okay, what are you trying to say here? There's no gift I wouldn't give you. If I
oh.
could just send you gifts, like Santa Claus, I would just be pelting you with gifts right now.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. He's a big, big lovey heart, big lover. Wow. Okay.
She says he loved Christmas with the kids.
Ah.
Oh, that's why
She
he
said,
kept morphing like like just kind of the white-haired him looking like a very nice businessman and then morphing towards
she
something
says,
that
thank
made me
you.
think of Santa Claus.
She says, thank you so much. This fills my heart.
Oh,
She says,
We're
absolutely
so
right.
glad that we
That is,
could do that.
that is so
So,
wonderful.
yeah. Well, that's going to be our last question. That reading took a little longer. But don't you love it when they're chatty like
oh,
that? When they're And then I've also noticed something else, that we keep talking about the veil thinning, but it really is, and it's all speeding up. It used to be we might have to wait 6 months to hear from somebody who transitioned. We're hearing very fast now, very, very fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
She says, thank you all so very much. It was wonderful and exactly what I needed today. Much love. So glad I found you all.
Oh, we're so
You're
glad you
welcome.
found us. Well, ladies, since we're at the end, maybe you could, and there's some people that didn't get read. Where can just maybe your next few things where they can find you so that they could get read?
well, I'll be,
Well,
oh,
go ahead. Go ahead, Terry Lee.
I'll be doing solo read on Thursday the 19th, 5 Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific, and of course, always honored to read for you. So I'd be happy to have you join me then. And then I will be on November 3rd with a show called Soul Sessions. And please join me for that as well. I do want to say that you can book a reading with me, purevisionarypsychic.com. And because things are settling down now into fall and winter, I've opened up some more times. So if you don't see a time that works for you, just send me an email, purevisionary@gmail.com, and we'll get that worked out. And I just want to say to everyone, it was a real honor and a blessing to read for you today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
How about you, Jean?
absolutely. Yeah, the same goes for me. I do private readings, and just go to sunpsychicgene.com. I also do 15-minute readings, psychic readings, mediumship readings, many different offerings there. And I will be on with Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then I will have Valerie from Illumination Portal on my channel directly after that.
Okay, very good.
And you,
Well,
Terry?
Yes.
well, me, right now, I am kind of slowing down my personal readings. You can only book me on a Saturday and a Sunday right now. And I will have a little transition in my life, so I might have to take a few weeks off. So you might not get to book me till November, actually. And I am going to be doing a few shows. You'll just have to subscribe and hit the notification button to find out where I'm going to be next. But in general, I'm going to be with these two ladies um, on Friday. And then on a Monday, I'm going to be with Jean and our good friend Joan. But then I'm just going to go on a small hiatus. So stay tuned.
Oh, and just want to mention, we'll be doing the 27th, the three of us together, Psychic Triad, and that will be our Halloween edition.
Oh, that's right. Oh my
So
goodness.
please join us.
You guys got to think up some really good questions, a little bit of spooky ones.
Mhm.
Okay, let's do it. That'll be so much fun.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
looking forward to it.
yeah. Okay, everybody, we'll see you around. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.